take this overboard now.
Hey, Mike and Ikes, it's Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade Real Housewives of Miami Season 6, Episode 11 review. This week, we see Nicole and Julia go to Guerdy's house to check on her after she's had her lumpectomy surgery to remove the tumor out of her breast. And they're sitting down, chit-chatting, and they're catching her up on all of the drama that happened at Nicole's Mother's Day event after she left and everything that happened and everything. And while they're sitting there, Guerdy gets a text message from Marysol where she invited the girls to her event at her house, and she's scrolling down a list to see who's all invited and notices that everybody was invited except for Nicole. And at first, Nicole tried to play it off like she really didn't care. But the more she was talking about it, she was just like, I'm tired of these girls coming after me, trying to make it seem like I'm this bad guy and nothing I do or say will ever be good enough for them. I'm tired of trying to prove myself to them. And she starts to cry. And I felt so bad for Dr. Nicole, because Dr. Nicole don't bother nobody. And she honestly, genuinely had no idea what Adriana was up to. So that makes it even more terrible that they're ostracizing her, meaning Marysol and Alexia, over something that she didn't even do maliciously. And like I said, Dr. Nicole is just a good person. She don't bother nobody. She is a sweetheart. She's a great friend. And it feels bad no matter how old you are to be excluded from things. And I just felt bad for her. And Julia, you could tell, felt bad for her because she knows that she's not guilty of what she's being accused of. And Dr. Nicole says until she gets an apology, she's not going to any more group events. So, production is going to be like, y'all going to have to figure this out. Like, y'all going to have to fix this ASAP. So the day of Marysol's party, Julia arrives and she's acting hella weird. She acting like she's scared, like she don't know these people. She acting like a newborn that just came out the womb and trying to figure out what is happening, what is light, what is going on. And everybody like, girl, you all right? And she was like, yeah. But she was nervous because she was going to stick up for Nicole when it came to Marysol and Alexia. And I guess she was nervous about it. I guess it can be intimidating going up against two people when you're a lone wolf, but girl, crypt keeper and leather neck can have several. So Nicole comes up in conversation as they're sitting down at the table, and they continue to blame Nicole. Alexia and Marysol are adamant that she knew that Anna was coming there to cause drama, that she invited her there for that, and all of this stuff. They bring up how at the reunion last season, she stated that Anna had reached out to her or whatever. So they still feel like she invited her to be on some funny stuff. Do I think that Dr. Nicole didn't know the full extent of what was going on between Marysol and Alexia? I think that she knew that there was issues in the past, but I don't think that she knew that it was still issues now, because at the reunion, Alexia is clearly seen saying, I ain't got no problem with her. I ain't got no problems. I ain't scared of her. It's no issue. So I don't know. I just don't think that Dr. Nicole would be malicious like that. I think that this was all Adriana. I think Adriana set her up and told her, I want to invite Anna, on some, let's just have a good time, a kiki, not knowing and not telling her that she was really bringing her there to expose Alexia's so-called financial problems and the reason why she allegedly had to move out of her house so quickly and unexpectedly, which is downright dirty of Adriana to do that to somebody that you call a friend. So Guerdy arrives and you can tell she's off kilter. She's not all the way there. Now, mind you, it's only been a few days since her lumpectomy surgery. And the reason why, if you're wondering why she was able to get up and go to this event, is because they just literally cut a small hole into her breast and removed the cancerous. It wasn't like my lumpectomy where I had a lumpectomy breast reduction. So of course I wouldn't have been able to go to an event like that a few days after surgery at all. But that's the reason why she was able to go only after a few days of being out of surgery. So I forgot who asked her, was she okay? And she was like, yeah, she was kind of like, about it. So at the table, Alexia continues to go in on Nicole, and Julia says that she's getting a beating and turns to Adriana like, girl, you got to speak up. Like, this needs to stop. And Adriana was like, don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. And she was like, girl, you better tell her. So Adriana finally fesses up and says, I invited Anna with Nicole's blessing. But of course, she didn't go fully in to say, hey, I invited Anna, not telling Nicole that I invited her to be messy because I wanted to get back at you. She didn't go to that extent with it, which still was shady to Nicole. But even with that bit of information, Marysol and Alexia still decide to blame Nicole and put all the blame on her. They even go as far as to say in their confessionals that this is just Adriana being Adriana. They're used to her mess, but they're 100% sure that Nicole was in on it. And it's just like, y'all just want to hate her so bad. Y'all are jealous of her lifestyle, her relationship. Y'all are just jealous of her. Marysol and Alexia are jealous of Nicole. She's young, she's pretty, she's successful, she's smart. She got a good man, Savannah. They rich beyond rich beyond rich beyond rich. They're the richest people on that franchise. He spoils her. She's well liked, great body, great face. And y'all mad. Alexia over there married to Bart Simpson. What's her name? Marysol over there married to her gay best friend, allegedly. Like, girl, get out of here. Stop with the hate. So Adriana just sitting there like, oop, I was able to snuggle my way out of that. Like, I tried. So Lisa arrives on 10, honey, ready to confront Alexia about bringing up her finances and how she should be spending her money. And immediately they start throwing shade at each other and going back and forth and arguing. And Alexia says, you came here with an attitude. I didn't come here for you to show up 2 minutes later and reprimand me on what I told you as a friend. This is not a pity party just because you're going through this. And Lisa was like, excuse me? And you can tell at this point, the ladies are fed up with the woe is me when it comes to Lisa. And I think it's that way because she talks about it so much. And we get it. You're going through something terrible. But girl, you're still living way above other people. Like, you're not destitute, you're not broke, you're still living in a mansion, you're dating a rich man, your kids are still well taken care of. Yes, you're going through an ugly court battle and your ex-husband is a monster pretty much, but girl, stop. They sick of it pretty much. And hell, Jody, her man, sick of it as well. But Alexia is still outside of that a biz naive. Well, I mean, we can all agree to that. So they get to arguing back and forth, and Lisa was like, you came at me like you the one brought this up to me about my situation. Like, I didn't bring this up to you. Guerdy is at the end of the table going through it. Like, she's tired of the arguing. She's sitting there like, I didn't come here for this. You can tell she got something weighing very heavily on her. So she reveals in her confessional that literally minutes before arriving, she got a call from her doctor saying that she's going to have another surgery because they didn't get all the cancerous cells out. So of course that mentally effed her. You know what I'm saying? So she gets up and was like, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And Alexia and Lisa are arguing so much they don't even hear her, not even paying no attention. So I think, who was it? I think it was Marysol that was like, Guerdy's about to leave, she about to go. And so Guerdy was like, I'm about to go. I'm about to go. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, y'all. And Lisa was like, don't yell at me. And it's just like, she wasn't yelling at you. Like, none of these women on this show, outside of Nicole and Julia, have been sensitive to this woman having breast cancer. Like, Alexia and Marysol has given a damn. I will say that about Marysol, Nicole, and even Adriana and Julia have cared. But when it comes to Lisa and Alexia and Larsa, they could honestly give a damn. They really honestly could. It's like, this lady literally just had a lumpectomy and you telling me something, don't yell at me. And it's just like, they barely ask her how she's doing, what's going on with her. It's just like, they are so insensitive. And I think that I don't want to make this a race thing, but I really feel like if this was one of their white castmates, the response would have been totally different. Totally different. So Guerdy was like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying I'm going to go. And Lisa literally says, okay, bye. I'm sorry. Like, and it was like, damn, like, really? You just gonna be like, okay, bye. What? Like, just being nasty to this woman. And Guerdy was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And by the way, I lied earlier. I have to have a second surgery on Tuesday, so I gotta go. So the ladies are then like gagged and shocked. And Lisa looks like an idiot. Alexia runs over to her and Guerdy's crying and she's like, y'all, this stuff y'all arguing about is so stupid and minute. Like, y'all have no idea. No idea. And I totally understand where she's coming from, because after my bout with cancer, that's how I look at life. Like, most things that people get upset about is like child's play to me now. Like, it don't matter because I face death in the face. So I know the true meaning of life and struggle and, you know, to be scared and worried about something. This crap y'all arguing about is so stupid and trivial. And that's all she's trying to get them to see. And she was like, y'all got to get this together, please. Alexia is crying. Marysol is crying. And I think Alexia cares a little bit, but not really, honestly, truly. Guerdy leaves crying and upset. Lisa and Kiki, mind you, sit at the table. They don't even go after her. Kiki is another one that actually act like she don't even care for real. And it really disheartened me that they sat at that table and didn't even follow her out, apologize, give her a hug or anything. I was very turned off by that. And it just really put a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to them. So before Guerdy leaves, though, she tells them to make it right with the Nicole situation because she didn't do anything. But of course, they're not going to listen. They're not. They're simply just not. Overall, I'm going to give this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Miami, I'm going to give them a B-. A B-. Yeah. I just don't like the way they're handling what Guerdy is going through. I really don't. It's like they acting like she got a common cold and not cancer. Like, bro, like that just blows me. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down below in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.